Howdy of you delicious people! Whip whip everyone! We're going into this video that is to be much more so focused on a certain character. Well, somewhat. Because of course we have not only a Peter Parker Spider-Man, but we have Miles Morales and other variations of the character. So, this is to be focused upon Spider-Man, the webhead, web slinger, human spider, in some points of life. So, going on to eventually do one individual character could just be like very interesting to some people, and also could just be not as interesting to some. So if anything, I will go on and suggest that also I just got on to do a Marvel comic book collection that has kind of a much more variety of certain characters that you may be familiar with or may not be familiar with. And there is that for you. There's also the more random video that I'd gone on to do in the past. And eventually there's probably going to be another random video in the future of certain books that eventually will probably have a lot more Marvel stuff in it. So check those things out so that we can get a more diverse variety of Marvel stuff in the future. So let's start this off by getting these books that I had to grab out of here first because they were kind of a little bit smooshed in here, so I had to grab these first. So this is Spider-Man Fearsome Foes. This is kind of more of like a volume book that I found that focuses on Dr. Octopus. And I had read this a while ago, and then like I was like, okay, like these stories are just kind of just interesting, but like I don't know, I really was like, okay, this will just be another collecting thing. Like it wasn't like, I don't know if I was much of a Dr. Octopus fan. Like these books I had gotten, I think even well before the movie came out. But anyways, this is Spider-Man Dr. Octopus Out of Reach. This is to be issues 1 through 5 of whatever this story is. And evidently, this is to be collecting Marvel Age Spider-Man 1 through 4. That's to be this one. So evidently they're issues of prior books that eventually were to just be reprinted. Superior Spider-Man #1. We're kicking it off with a kind of unique Spider-Man character, which when Marvel now started to pop off, Superior Spider-Man and Deadpool were like the only two that I was really heavily collecting substantially. Because I kind of gave up on the newer Hulk, I gave up on the newer Thor, so feasibly I was just like, okay, like I'll just keep collecting the Spider-Man and Deadpool books because I kept finding them really interesting. And plus also, like, financially, I was like, dude, I'm only going to collect a certain number of these things. So this is number 2. Number 3. But yeah, I absolutely loved this story. Because of how different of a Spider-Man character he was. And evidently we go from 3 to 5 for some reason. This is issue number 5. I don't know what happened to 4. Oh, here's 4. So, but yeah, I thought it was interesting how they had Dr. Octopus as Superior Spider-Man, and how is all like the trying to figure it out of when are people going to put the pieces of the puzzle together. And also, this is number 6, as well as also having Peter act very much out of character, like even to the point of him like killing people. There was like this character, I think it was like Yo-Yo or some goofy, weird character that eventually was to bring up the fact that it's like, oh, Spider-Man, like you're not cracking jokes, you're not making fun, and then Spider-Man goes on and takes that villain and beats the crap out of him, like beats him to death, and like that was the most vicious thing that I've ever seen from a Spider-Man book, and I was like, oh my god, like this won me over to be like, man, I'm gonna read as much as I can out of this, as much as I could afford, because I was so like, oh my, and plus also I wanted to figure out what eventually happened with Superior Spider-Man as I eventually left the books out of just disinterest because it just started to get really boring. Because every issue was just a chess piece that was just like, man, like come on, like really. This is Superior Spider-Man 6AU. But yeah, I when Superior Spider-Man started out, I'm like, man, this is so good. I really enjoyed it. This is issue 7, Superior Spider-Man. But if anything, once I kind of left Superior, I went to just really focus on Deadpool. This is issue 8. We have Cardiac here. I thought that this issue was really interesting because I'd never known of the character Cardiac, but then I found out that he was to be a very consistent staple character. Then I'm like, okay, I've never heard of this character before. And so, like, after seeing this issue, like, I wanted to know more about Cardiac, just because he just was an interesting character to me. Issue 9, like, this brain cover was like, man, this is cool. How like Dr. Ock was figuring out a way to kind of eject Peter out of his brain. Like that was kind of really just an interesting idea. I have kind of 2 issues here. Kind of issue 10. And issue 11. Cage issue. Yeah. But I know a lot of people could probably have said it's like, well, that's not my Spider-Man. So they probably just didn't like the books. Or thought it was too dark or too whatever. But I liked it. Superior Spider-Man Team Up. This is number 2. I got this because of the it's not Scarlet Spider, but it's the other Spider. I believe his name is God, I want to say it's Kane, but I could be wrong about that. Like that's the Spider from the other like Clone Saga when they were like cloning everybody, or they're cloning all. They had so many Spider clones. I honestly really liked the clone characters when they went separate and they kind of did their own things. I was really fascinated by Scarlet Spider and him going on and doing the whole chasm thing. I was so fascinated by that story. Then we go to Avenging Spider-Man number 12. So yeah, like at some point it just started to fall off with Superior. So this has, of course, Deadpool on the cover, so that was my intrigue. Avenging Spider-Man. This is Marvel .1. This is 15.1. Kind of an interesting Dr. Octopus cover. So yeah, like for immediately how I'm to say it's like, yeah, not much of a Dr. Octopus fan. Like I had to kind of get this simply because of his historical value of these characters. I had to kind of do it for the rationale of the history on a cover. Kind of just enticed me. Avenging Spider-Man. This is the Marvel Comic Books presents the superior superheroic of Avenging Spider-Man. This is number 16. We have Spider-Man and the X-Men here. I think my favorite Spider-Man X-Men team up book has to be where Peter is with Kitty Pryde and they make their way to like the Savage Planet. Like that one like sticks out to me. I think it was like a Marvel team up where it was Peter and the X-Men, but like it was kind of when Peter was with Kitty Pryde at the time. And so they did this whole team up thing and they went to the Savage Land, and I thought that was like the coolest thing. Immediately when I saw that book, I'm like, I need more to know about the Savage Land because that was so interesting to me. We have I can't quite make that out. It says something on the top here, and then it says Spider-Man. It's issue 1 of 2. It's from Image Comics. Can't quite make out what that says. But it's some team-up book. Yeah. I have no idea. Because I can't quite read it. Yeah, I can't make it out for the life of me. Maybe you guys can go on it and tell me exactly what that is in the comments below. The Deadly Foes of Spider-Man. This is issue number 1. A really cool cover where we have like Rhino and we have I think that's Beetle. I want to say there's another thing with that, like but if anything, I'm trying to figure out what exactly. I know it's Beetle, but I can't quite figure out what exactly that name is. And then we have Hydro Man. And then we have like a Boomerang character and some other kind of foes in the very bottom there. Can't quite remember who exactly they are. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 1. This is a really cool cover, and it's all just red. It's simple, but I find it really interesting. I honestly just love the covers that just Spider-Man is just flying through the city. I always love those. Those are really cool. This is an annual of Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 1. Sandman going through the cat. I'm like, I remember when Spider-Man 3 came out and they're doing Sandman, and I was hunting to just try to find any Spider-Man cover that was to have Sandman on it. And so I think this is the one I landed on because I was really just trying to find covers that looked similar to this, or was to have something with Sandman doing something creative in the cover. So I landed on that. So that's the story of getting that cover. We have Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. This is number 3, and it looks like Spider-Man is going under the knife. Black and white cover. Immediately, that's what gravitated to me. And we have a Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 10. And some people may not know who this exact Spider-Man is. This Spider-Man. This is a Spider-Man from a very distant future. We have the Iron Spider, and then we have a Spider-Man from a very distant future, which that was the reason why I collected this specific comic book, was because of that character. because I was kind of fascinated by the different variations of Spider-Man, and I wanted to kind of collect every different suit or get every origin of every different suit that has kind of been on there. And this is one of those where I was like, yeah, like another interesting Spider-Man character that was used. Here we go into the homages. We have Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 17. This is a second print variant. This is when it was back in black, and so we get the Venom symbiote that thrusts the Spider-Man suit in the trash. Very iconic. And then also, I think I've gone on to try as much as possible to collect every variant of this. So if at some point you go on, you probably look through all the other Marvel stuff, eventually you'll come to find more variants of these that I have in other videos besides just Spider-Man stuff. So you'll find these everywhere because I tried as best as I can to collect all of them, because even the ones where it didn't quite match up with Marvel stuff, I just try to find homages of just that book, because I was like, man, that image is just so iconic. The Lethal Foes of Spider-Man. This is the very first issue number 1. As you can tell, I just really like to collect a lot of issue number 1s. Maybe not the whole series, just the number 1. Because that's what I just like to do. Because oftentimes it's like I'll get the first issue because I think that's the best way to collect things, and then eventually if I see other covers that kind of pop up in my eyes to be like, ooh, this cover looks really cool, then I'll grab the cover. The Lethal Foes of Spider-Man. This is number 2. You bet, Jurassic. Very Monster-esque like cover in this one. Wow, I've actually collected a couple of these here. Oh, I probably really collected all these just because of this one. Look out, here comes the Lethal Foe, Spider-Man number 3. This one looks amazing. I love the whole eye thing. I think I got this because also the one Spider-Man cover where you go on, you just have the one eye as like a side of Spider-Man, and it's the issue where Peter Parker dies and then Doc Octopus takes over. So Peter Parker Spider-Man number 12. This seems to have Mysterio and not quite Electro? Is that Electro? I could be wrong about that. Return of the Sinister Six. This is 2 of 2. I don't know why I don't have the first one. Maybe I do, and it's going to be the next book up. I have no idea. It probably will be, because it says Peter Parker. Peter Parker Spider-Man. This is issue number... It's either issue number 50 or 148. I'm not quite sure. Either way, you have Peter, you have Aunt May, and you have all of the villains behind him, which is a really cool just cover. I'm sorry, I a lot of people could be like, yeah, but these Spider-Man stories are like nothing stories. Like, a lot of people could probably pick and choose what is to be their favorite Spider-Man thing. Like I said, I just kind of, most of the time I try to get every like first issue of a lot of this stuff, even if it's not going to be popular. And then I also just start to just thumb through and just try to find something that just looks the most interesting. The Spectacular Spider-Man number 1. A Hunger Part 1. Of course, I had to get this because Spider-Man Venom, and also it being a number 1, so an easy reason to decide to get this. Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man. This is number 1. The reason why I got this is because the tarantula. The tarantula character that you see here, the villainous character, that's why I got it. And plus also as a number 1, I'm like, score. Like, this was so interesting of a book to read. And I really enjoyed it. Well, you know, as I love just comic book covers that have like playing cards on it, we have the Spectacular Spider-Man issue number 21. This is to have Ben Grimm Spider-Man dealing poker. Pretty interesting issue. All right. We have the all-new, all-daring Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, issue 120. As you know, I love these kind of border things that have all these characters wrapped around on it. So immediately, this was to have gotten me to grab this book. Plus, also, I liked the whole half and half thing going on here. I always love that kind of image for a cover. We would have the Spider-Man Unmasked, the Sensational Spider-Man issue 28. The Iron Spider suit. Peter on the chalkboard there. Oh, we have a hologram here. This is the giant size 30th anniversary special, the Spectacular Spider-Man issue 187. Hopefully you can maybe see that hologram. I doubt it, but maybe you see it, maybe you don't. I think I have this one and another one. So I started to collect all of the hologram stuff. So yeah, so we at least got those. The Spectacular Spider-Man is dying. This is issue 219. We have Daredevil here, and we have Spider-Man. Spider-Man is dying, everyone! Dying. Of course, you gotta clickbait me by doing that. Oh, we have like a foil going on here. The Spectacular Spider-Man. Oh, Birth of a Spider-Man finale. This is the Death Hero, or Death of a Hero. This is 217, plus Power, Responsibility, the conclusion. Yeah. Really cool cover beyond just like the unique foil that is going on here. Really liked this cover. I thought it was amazing. Let's move on. The Spectacular Spider-Man number 221. Another Doc Octopus Spider-Man cover. And one shall die. And one shall die. This is Web of Death is what it says on the top there. So yeah, so really have quite a bit of Spectacular Spider-Man. Didn't think I'd have a lot of those, but I guess I do. The Spectacular Spider-Man number 223. This just has a big, huge, massive spider on it. That's why I got it, because it's so interesting to see that kind of approach of just this pop, just this slapping of a spider on a cover and call it a day with that, as far as the cover is concerned. All right, here's another homage cover. The Spectacular Spider-Man number 224. The Mark of Cain, part 4 of 5. So yeah, so Cain is the other Scarlet Spider. So yeah, so I got that right, I believe. But yeah, another homage cover. You guys know, of course, the one Amazing Fantasy cover where you kind of have Spider-Man slinging, carrying on a person. Yeah, I try to collect as much of those. All right, we now got rid of Spectacular Spider-Man. We're now into Ultimate Spider-Man #1. A lot of people loved this story, and I actually was to find it fairly similar to like the Spectacular Spider-Man stuff, which is not a knock, but I was to go on and enjoy this for what it is. This is to be Spider-Man issue number 15. Not quite sure exactly where this is from, but if anything, it has Spider-Man near a fountain, and all these people are doing their thing, blowing bubbles and kissing, and this is number 15. Not quite sure why I collected that one, but it's there. Oh, we have the 14 issue as well. It looks like Spider-Man is facing off, it looks like, with Johnny Storm in this issue. Because I see the 4, there's like a 4 right here. So and back with Ultimate Spider-Man, it seems. Ultimate Spider-Man number 31. Spider-Man in cuffs. Oh man, clickbait me into this issue. Spider-Man in cuffs. How's this gonna all play out? Ultimate Spider-Man number 32. Spider versus Spider here. Mirror match going on. I always love the duo. If you got on to see the other Marvel comic thing, where I talk about Ghost Rider, how I had like both Zathros and the Demon, and Johnny Blaze, kind of, I would get all those covers that or have both of them at in the same thing. Kind of same thing here. I just like the issues that are very similar in too many ways. Ultimate Spider-Man Marvel must-have. So I had it because I thought I needed to. This is issues number 33 through 36. We have a Venom on this cover, so I'm like, okay, like, I'm enticed. You got me. Of course I'm going to get the Venom cover. We have Ultimate Spider-Man. This is Deadpool Part 1. Probably the reason why I got this. This is Ultimate Spider-Man number 91. And then we have 92 on the back here. So, yeah. Going on and giving me Spider-Man and X-Men. Like, heck yeah. I think this is right around the time where Spider-Man was with Kitty Pryde. I think that's who's in the yellow jumpsuit here, if memory serves me right. Hence why you have X-Men in the following issue. So that's why I got it. Anyways. Whoops. Got away with me a little bit. Let me pause here for a second. And we're back. So we're back with Ultimate Spider-Man. This is when they killed him off. Death of a Spider-Man. Death of a Spider-Man Fallout. So yeah, so and this is the hardcover, and I have it plastic wrapped, and I didn't take it out because I knew about this story. I know how it plays out. Green Goblin taking out Spider-Man, horrific, but yeah, a very impactful story. And every time you have to find out a character dies, you have to collect the comic book because you kind of have to. In this case, I collected the hard cover of it because I thought it'd be valuable someday. Anyways, so Ultimate Spider-Man Super Special, issue number 1. This had just a really interesting just cover, where if you can't see, because of course you probably can, all the green and the stuff that's down here, it's all actual people. So it's kind of a really interesting kind of special there. Cover. Anyways, we're now into the Miles Morales Ultimate Comics Spider-Man. This is the Collecting Ultimate Comics Spider-Man issues 1 through 3. So this is the first 3 issues of this. In all honesty, for how kind of slow going this story was, like, I was gonna want to pick up a volume instead of individual ones, because this story, when it started, I'm like, man, this story is slow. This is so slow. And it seemed to take forever for them to even go on and get, like, Miles in the suit. Like, it seemed like 8 issues later to finally get him in the suit. And I was like, good grief, like, this is just not interesting enough. Like, how are you really gonna go on and sell this character well when he finally does get in the suit? Like, that is gonna be a really tough sell. So yeah, so Ultimate Comics, all new Spider-Man. This is issue number 7. Hence why I jumped to issue 7. Because I'm like, yeah, like, when are we gonna get this character in the costume? And then, of course, we get another homage. Ultimate Comics Spider-Man. This is issue number 23. Spider-Man No More. Another costume go down the dump. Go in the trash. More than likely, I should probably just go on when I go through the thumbnail. I'm hoping that I'm going to just re-find all these specific ones and use it as the thumbnail, because that would be funny. I don't know if it'll go very well. Like, I probably should be better off, like, choosing other images, because I think they'll be less dark. But this would be cool to just have these as all a thumbnail and gather them all back up. Because that'll be a good idea as a fun little goofy thing. This is to be a Ultimate Spider-Man number 1 premiere comic free exclusive first episode preview. He's coming to Marvel. Yeah. There's number 1. Whatever this is. The preview before the show. I actually watched this show and liked it. There's a review of it on the channel. But feasibly, no one will probably care about that, so that's fine. I think there's another probably thing here. I don't know. I just really liked that show, so that's why I got that. Even though feasibly it's just like, that show didn't go anywhere for anybody to really care. Yeah, I don't know why this is so scattered out the way it is, but I guess I didn't really put any real thought in this. Ultimate Spider-Man number 67. This is the Spider-Man Wolverine thing. I had seen this episode in the Ultimate Spider-Man show, so I know how it all kind of plays out. Where eventually Peter and Logan switch bodies. And it is really interesting to see all this play out within that story. And I thought it was honestly cool that Ultimate Spider-Man was really going on and trying to recreate the comic book within the show, because I really enjoyed that. Ultimate Spider-Man number 93. There's a reason why I collected this specific issue, because it, of course, is to have Deadpool in it. I had also got on and played the one Spider-Man game where also Deadpool was in it as a bad guy, and his costume was very similar to this, and it seemed like he owned this TV show, and it was really a good level that I absolutely loved. So I was trying to track down and figure out where this certain thing was used elsewhere and so I found the comic book. This is 94 of Ultimate Spider-Man. So yeah, I had to collect the comic book cover that coincide with the game. I think it was Shattered Grid that had that. You can correct me if I'm wrong, because there's so many Spider-Man games out there. But anyways, Ultimate Spider-Man number 95. I had to collect this because of Morbius. I actually really do enjoy Morbius. At some point, I will also have Morbius the Living Vampire, like his very first appearance, eventually his other solo issue. I think from memory. Like, I just really liked Morbius. I liked supernatural characters. So, however anybody really felt about Morbius, I just was like, okay, I'll just at least collect certain things about Morbius. This is Ultimate Spider-Man number 100. Yeah, we have Spider-Man's freaking everywhere in this book, or in this cover. I had read this one just to see if all this was going on, and no, it wasn't going on like that. They just did this cover just for fun. But I was like, no, this looks really cool, this cover. But I was thinking that somehow what was going on inside the book was going to match the cover. No, that's not the case. Ultimate Spider-Man number 123. Venom and two gals. I honestly really like the Venom depicted here. It's very simple, but I don't know, something about him. Then again, when I was to have seen him in Ultimate Spider-Man, I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm kind of picky about how Venom looks. This Ultimate Spider-Man number 125. Peter is trying to thrust away the Venom. Trying to thrust away the symbiote. It's a really cool looking cover there. We have a lot of Ultimate Spider-Man here. Ultimate Spider-Man number 126. Black suited Spider-Man, and you have kind of like I want to say it's like, yeah, it's the Avengers, but it's like they're all like the ultimate versions of themselves. So we get like a Iron Man suit that just kind of looks really crappy, and then we get a Thor suit that's kind of like, whatever. Like some of the and the only really risque thing that they did in the Ultimate Universe was that whole Hank Pym hitting his wife thing. That was awful. Like, I had gone on to specifically collect that issue, so I feel like I'm a part of the problem. But it was like for collecting reasons. Like, I wasn't to look at it and just like, yeah. Like, no, I was just looking at it selfishly, just like, well, I'm sure that out of all these issues, this one's gonna be a popular one. But I thought that was just such a stupid thing. Like, it actually went on and actually hurt that character rather than helped him. Like, I think that's why you go on and you don't really have Hank Pym ever again shown that well. It's because of that issue. It really hurt that character for the long run, and eventually had Ant-Man's being like Scott Lang's and other things and that. So it really hurt that character. That one thing hurt that character forever. To where Hank Pym had to be shown in a different way for the rest of his just existence. Web of Spider-Man issue number 1 in a black suit. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get this because of the black suit. Then we have yet another Web of Spider-Man. This is a annual 64 pages from the pages of Maximum Carnage Shriek. This is issue number 10. So if this is the symbiote Shriek character, yeah. Spidey thought the new Ravencroft Maximum Security institution would be strong enough to hold Shriek. Yeah, so this is Shriek. Guess not. That's what the words are on the very top there. We have Shriek. So if you guys don't know who Shriek is, you probably haven't seen the sequel Venom film, because of course you didn't. And then also, Shriek is actually an interesting character when Shriek's drawn a good way, when she's drawn a good way. Web of Spider-Man. This is issue number 4. Again, for me hating on Dr. Octopus, I tend to get so many books that have him on there. I can't help it. Like, they're interesting covers, so I'm just forced into just what is the most interesting looking thing, and that ends up being the case of, well, it's that. Web of Spider-Man. This is issue number 6. For how I'd gone on to just state that I liked when Spider-Man is just kind of flying around the city. This is one of those covers. And this is issue number 6. I honestly really like Web of Spider-Man for how it actually has like the webbing in the actual thing of the story. This is Web of Spider-Man number 7. I went through and I actually did. I remember I did read this one, and this one didn't disappoint. I really did like the battle between both Hulk and Spider-Man going on in this issue. I thought it was because I was like, are they just having Hulk on the cover to just like clickbait me into this, and it's not going to be really good? No, it actually was an actual good issue. I really did like it. So, my questioning of whether or not I was gonna like this issue did pay forward, so I did really like it. Web of Spider-Man. This is issue number 39. When they stopped doing the actual web stuff and they just did this. I'm gonna read the writing here in a second here. You've committed your last crime. Now you're going to pay, mystery man. You. It says retribution at the bottom here. You mystery man, you. I'll get you. I'll get you. We got some werewolves on this cover. Web of Spider-Man, issue number 53. Werewolves. If you want to win me over, put werewolves on a cover. I would also have Werewolf by Night. I found out what was going on in the newer Werewolf by Night, and I was like, what is this? What is this? But I eventually got the Captain America comic book cover where he turns into a werewolf, because of course, obviously, I had to get that. I would get Batman versus the Undead, because that was kind of a really interesting supernatural book. It says here, wolves in the night, plus what's the matter with Christie? Whoever Christie is, there's something wrong. We need to figure it out. We need to figure it out fast. Whoever Christie is, I hope she's well. She's dead. Whoops. Web of Spider-Man. This is issue number 57 with the Rocket Racer. Oh god, the Rocket Racer. Yeah. Sucked in by the skinhead. Oh my god. I got this because of stupid characters doing stupid, and I'm like, this is stupid. I had to get it because it was stupid. Yeah. Rocket Racer. That eventually was used in the Spider-Man 90s thing, and they had like the God, what was the wheel thing, and that was like, so I had to get this book because of my 90s animated uh knowledge of like, yeah, I remember in like the 90s the 90s Spider-Man series, they had this goofy Rocket Racer guy, and then they had that wheel thing. I'm like, like, let's collect these goofy characters, and so this was it. That's why I got it. So I had to get something stupid. Probably because I hope it was really cheap. Web of Spider-Man. This is issue number 62. The Molten Man is back. Whoever the Molten Man is, he's having his just hands ready to shake up Spider-Man Spider Sense. I really like the black on black here. How like his legs are kind of fading into the background. I think that is so cool. I love that kind of way of doing art, because it's just, instead of just doing it in the way of which that is to be something where like I like things that blend in more. Man, we got a lot of Web of Spider-Man. Web of Spider-Man number 65. This is to be. I'll show the cover. This is really cool. I really like it. You got a number of foes all smashing in. Yeah. Down on the bottom here we have Graviton, Titania, Goliath, the Brothers Grimm, the Trapster. Yeah. So action-packed here going on for this cover. We have the Web of Spider-Man issue number 66. Meets Spidey's new allies. Kind of very unusual with this being the Green Goblin and the Molten Man. It says Green Goblin, Molten Man at the very bottom there. All right. Web of Spider-Man number 69. Hulk Smash. Clobbered in Connecticut. So kind of teasing ahead of time, you're getting another Spider-Man Hulk cover. If I hadn't already got one over by that other book, then I had to get this one also. I don't know why, I just really like Spider-Man and Hulk books. They're just really a lot of fun, I feel. Web of Spider-Man, number 73. It seems that we have a Human Torch and Spider-Man team up here with some interesting foes. Very unique cover of goofy characters, so that's probably why I got it, because it just looked really goofy. And I have comic books sticking together. Web of Spider-Man number 79. This is the Killer Android. Killer Android. Really hitting it strong with these issues. Web of Spider-Man number 80. The death is a cyborg called Silvermane. Oh, Silvermane, yeah. So that's probably why I got these, just because of Silvermane. Because I thought that was an interesting character. What a mistake that was. Who the f is Silvermane? Who the f is that guy? Who isn't a part of the Sinister Six? Who cares about that guy? Oh, here's another hologram. if you can see it or not. Web of Spider-Man. This is issue 90. Oh, here we go. Here we go. There we go. Water Tower Spider-Man. Alright. Oh, it doesn't come off as good as this, so oh well. Alright. Another hologram for the books. I don't think I'm going to be putting the holograms on the thumbnail, because what good would that do? Probably won't be able to see it at all. Web of Spider-Man. This is issue 95. Venom, Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze. I've already talked about Ghost Rider. There's an obvious reason why I got this book. I thought it was a really cool issue. Spirit of Venom, Part 1. So yeah, I was easily just like... like all the characters that I could possibly be interested in one fell swoop of a book. Web of Spider-Man, this is issue number 98. I have no idea what this is about. No idea. You have all these guys and these numbered things. No idea what it's about. Alright. This is to be the first appearance of Spider Armor, Web of Spider-Man. This is the giant size 100 issue number 100. I saw the Spider Armor on the 90s animated series and I fell in love with this design. I absolutely loved Spider Armor. I thought it was the coolest thing. And when I was to go on and find out that there was a comic book that had the origin of this, I'm like, I need to have this. This is the coolest thing that I've ever seen. As far as a Spider-Man costume, I felt. But people can feel differently. But I really did absolutely love the Spider Armor. So that's why I got this. Some people can have their Spider-Man costume favorites. That one's mine. So we have the Web of Spider-Man. This is issue 103. Carnage, Venom, Spider-Man. Need I say more? This is the Maximum Carnage, part 10 of 14. So man, they really went there with that story. They went the distance. We got more Web of Spider-Man here. Web of Spider-Man, this is issue 107. Guest starring Sandman and Quicksand. I obviously got it for Quicksand because this is the first appearance of this character, and feasibly, it's kind of sad how they don't go on, and they, like, there are other, I think there's another character in the Champions, I think her name is like Dusk or something like that, and it's kind of interesting to kind of see these characters that were kind of so rarely used, and so that's why eventually I just got this book for that character kind of being rarely used. Okay, now we have Web of Spider-Man. This is issue 113. This is the guest starring Black Cat. I love me some Black Cat. So yeah, so Live and Let Die begins here. So this is a issue that has Gambit, Black Cat, and Spider-Man in the cover. If you guys had seen my other Marvel comic book collection, you'll see immediately that I have Gambit in there. So I am really interested in the character, so I collect everything that has kind of Gambit in it. So definitively, I'm like, a thing that has Black Cat in it and Gambit, I'm like, all right, like, easily won over by that. Easily won over. And I think that this issue here, the one that I just showed, was my very severely early into comic book collecting when I didn't know what comic books really were. Like I think that was like the first thing that I really had out of everything. Like I think my parents gave me that one. Like that's how early in my comic book collecting this was. So Web of Spider-Man. This is 125. This is a live action Scarlet Spider hollow disc, whatever that means. Gwen and Peter together again. Got another hologram here, whatever this is. I don't think we're going to get a good shot at that one. You can kind of see it. You can kind of make it out, but a little bit tough. Oh well. I tried. Web of Spider-Man. This is issue number 2 for some reason. So this is Electro. I collected it just because of the face of Electro. That was quite easy to... Okay, so yeah, so Web of Spider-Man, they had a lot of these covers, and I remember this now. They had a lot of these covers that just had the face of some villain, so I collected, I think, a lot of them, or as much as I could. This is the Web of Spider-Man number 3, and it just has the Rhino on it. So I just collected all these just because of the covers. So I don't know how many of these that I really and truly collected, but Web of Spider-Man number 5. This has a vulture on it. I think I only collected a few of these, so... this is Web of Spider-Man number 8. It has Peter's face on it. So we did it, yeah. So I collected a lot of these. Like, I wasn't sure about how many I really got to. And I think that one that I just got was probably the last one. Because we're going into Web Slingers. Web Slingers, Tales of Spider-Man. This is issue number 2, Within the Mind of Mysterio. Spider-Man's greatest challenge ever. And we have some rubber duckies on the ground there. I think I just got it for the rubber duckies. That's all that mattered to me. That's why I got it. Plus, I was like, what is this? What is this story? Web Slingers Tales of Spider-Man. This is issue number 10. I got it for, of course, the way that this cover looked. Because another mirror matching thing going on there. And, of course, I got this certain issue for obvious reasons. This is the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man. This is issue number 1. And then on the back, we have a Spawn number 8. Doing the same exact pose. Homage. I have also a good number of homages of this. I think I have a Scarlet Spider one of this. I probably have a Black Suit Venom one of this. I probably have any number one of these. If you check out a number of other Marvel stuff, and maybe this box may have more of these, but I'll have a bunch of homages of this exact pose. Because I try to collect as much as I could of all of those. So... now we have Spider-Man number 6. This has the Hobgoblin. I'll read the text in a second here. Face it, Spidey. Awards don't mean against the Hobgoblin. And wait till you see our surprise guest star. Ooh, number 6 of Spider-Man, the Todd McFarlane books. Obviously, there's going to be an easy reason why I got this one. Spider-Man number 7. This ends up having the guest appearance of Ghost Rider in it, so of course. No brainer. The Ghost Rider wants the Hobgoblin and Spidey caught in the middle. Or Spidey is caught in the middle. But it doesn't say that in the text. But it should. Spider-Man issue number 8. Perception, part 1 of 5. Yeah, some of these will have the plastic, but then someone probably will be bordered or whatever. It is what it is. Spider-Man issue number 9. This is to be Deep in the Woods Lurks Wendigo. Oh, Wendigo. Guest starring Wolverine. This is Spider-Man number 9. Yeah, Wendigo is a tough mother. I would go on to eventually see another Wolverine book where Wolverine is teamed up with She-Hulk. They face off against Wendigo, and guess what happens? Wendigo does not go on or Wendigo just kind of goes on and eventually just keeps existing because there's no way that Wolverine and She-Hulk can beat that thing. So in the case of Wendigo, yeah, like most of the time, Wendigo is just undefeated. But they just have to keep bringing that character back, or that thing back to eventually just realize that he's not going to get defeated consistently. Spider-Man issue number 10. Immediately when I found out about the whole Wolverine Wendigo thing, I was like, okay, let's keep going with this story. I'll read the text in a second here. Wolverine, Wendigo, and the Webhead is what it says on the bottom there. Yeah, I think we got every single one of these. Every single one of these. Spider-Man issue number 11. This is Perception, part 4 of 5. So Wolverine, Wendigo, Spider-Man. I'll read the text in a second here. While Wolverine operates on Wendigo, Spidey takes on the press and the law. Who is he? Judge Dredd? I am the law. I am the law. Alright. So, if I had said it before, I'll say it again. I collect homages, and we have Spider-Man number 13, and this is to be the black suit edition of that same pose. I'm almost kind of tempted to make this a thumbnail, so it's either going to be the Spider-Man throwing the trash away, or it's going to be these. Maybe it should be both, or I'll probably figure something out. Whatever is to be easiest to make a thumbnail out of, but if anything, I'd like to make it out of these, because they're a little bit more brighter. Alright. This is Spider-Man issue number 14. Vampires and monsters, oh my. Black suit. All the appeal of my interest. Spider-Man issue number 19, Revenge of the Sinister Six, part 2. I guess I didn't get part 1 because probably there's a reason for that. Because Hulk is on the cover. Hulk is on the cover facing off against all these foes, so that's the reason why I got it. All right. On to the next book. Okay. Spider-Man issue number 25. This is to have. Oh my god, this has Sleepwalker in it. So I do actually have a book that has Sleepwalker in it. And I didn't even know. Oh my god, yeah. Like, I think I probably should set this aside and read it later. Because it has Sleepwalker in it. I'm so excited by that. I didn't think I had a book that had Sleepwalker in it. Now I know I do. So this is fantastic. So, Spider-Man number 22, Spider-Man Revenge of the Sinister Six, Part 5. So if you can't tell, there's Ghost Rider, then there's Hulk, then like Sleepwalker is right there, then there's Spider-Man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pull this bad boy aside and just thumb through it a little bit later if you don't mind. All right. Giant-sized 30th anniversary Spider-Man issue number 26. This is another hologram. Let's see if you can see it. Let's see if you can. Trying to get the hologram in there. Maybe you see it, maybe you don't. Oh well. This is fun. This is so fun. Just finding these like random books and then realizing, oh, I have these books. Like, it's kind of interesting to, because it's been so long since I've really thumbed through these things, as well as also it's been a while since I've really collected comic books, actually, besides like a free comic book day here and there. So it's kind of nice to really just come through and like see what all I have in my collection. Just be like, oh my god, yeah, I have this thing, I have this story, like ooh ah. Plus also like when looking or re-looking at all this, like I know what I have now, so if whatever time I go on and I go to like a half price books or I go to a really cheap comic book store, because I have one that's like really nearby my house that sells like cheap books. So called Nerding Out or whatever that store is. And uh and so yeah, so I can definitely go on and be able to go to that store and kind of thumb through and see if there's anything that I need from that by going through also these books again. Something about a gun. Spider-Man issue number 27. Man, this next issue is going to be really weird. Spider-Man issue number 28. Spider-Man just has just a cover just with guns all over it. That's why I got it, because like these issues were so weird, so I had to get them. I'm like, this is so strange. I had to get it. I just had to. So, like, what are these books? Like, I had to get the weirdest, funniest covers. And so that had to be it. The Punisher stalks Spider-Man. This is issue number 33. There's one good Spider-Man and one bad Spider-Man. Castle's gonna do them both just to be sure. This, of course, reminds me of the very first appearance of, I think, the Punisher when he was to go on and be in the Spider-Man books, and eventually kind of having him in another Spider-Man book. I was like, heck yeah, I'm going to collect this. I'm going to collect this issue. All right. This is to be Spider-Man number 57. He's in a locked prison cell. This cover looks awesome. He's in a jail cell, you can see here. But yeah, but he's in the cell. Picture of Mary Jane. This is awesome. This is cool. Just re-going through this stuff and just being like, oh man, like, I was a smart collector, and to just be really going back through these and just being like, oh man, like, I collected some really cool covers, and I was smart about this. Well, like a lot of these things are like these things are gonna be worth money, but to me, like looking at the covers, I'm like, man, past me, like good job. Good job at sometimes what you were collecting. Sometimes you collected too many duplicates and you made some stupid decisions, but if anything, I think that this stuff is kind of worth it to me. Giant sized 50th issue Spider-Man. This is issue number 50. And we have more hologram eyes stuff going on here. If I can get it, I'll try to. There we go. Craven in the eyes. Some Craven eyes. Yeah. And I love that whole eye thing. F me with those eyes. Alright. Free Comic Book Day Spider-Man. This is Marvel Season 1, whatever this is. I have no idea. I think I got this because of the blue background, because it reminded me of, like, Spider-Man Blue. So this is the reason why I got this. Or whenever there's, like, a whole Spider-Man thing where he had, like, a blue background, and that's why it was very prominent to me to get that issue. We have a half issue. This would be Spider-Man Wizard number half, Marvel comic books. This also has that very futuristic, or very much a lot of futuristic Spider-Mans here. It has Spider-Man 29. It has I think this is Spider-Man like 2100 or something. It's like 2111 or something. It's some goofy number like that. You can correct me in the comments below, but I know it's some way off in the distance Spider-Man. And then we have the black suit, and we have red suit Spider-Man. So very interesting cover. And then also another cover that had that bit of futuristic Spider-Man on it. So I was like, okay, I'm easily intrigued by this. So I think these Spider-Man Chapter 1 things, these things here, I think were just reprints of former stories. Because, of course, you get Spider-Man Chapter 1 here, and you get, like, the Amazing Fantasy cover. So I think, from memory, this is issue 0, and this is issue 1. This is just them completely reprinting just old Spider-Man books and just making it seem like it's a new thing, which it's not. I collected some of these, and then I started to find out, oh yeah, these are just basically reprints of the classic story, which, that's cool, like, that's fine. Like, I think I just started to get this because of this exact cover, because it just stuck out to me, and I'm like, wait a minute, like, this is all kind of reprints of that old story, which I was like, okay, cool, because I can read some classic Spider-Man stories, and that's fine for me. I didn't have a problem with that. Like, I didn't feel slighted or whatever. I was just like, no, like, I'll check these things out, and like, I'll get the popular covers and reread these old stories. So Spider-Man Chapter 1, this is issue number 2. So again, yeah, it's just taken from the more popular books and just rehashing the story, which is fine. This is issue number 3 of Spider-Man Chapter 1. And Spider-Man Chapter 1, issue number 4, The Two Doctors of Doom. Spider-Man Chapter 1, issue number 5. And now the Lizard. So I also wanted to get these because they were like the first appearance of certain characters. So getting like the characters' kind of early origin stories was kind of fascinating to me. and it was kind of a cheap avenue to get them instead of the more expensive avenue, which was to go on and have to get all the earlier books that were really expensive. Spider-Man Chapter 1. This is issue number 8, The Green Goblin and the Green Goliath. And Spidey's caught in the middle. Man, he's always caught in the middle with all these things. Now, after looking at all these things and having to read all this text, he's always caught in the middle. Another Hulk book, so immediately I was just fascinated by this. I always really liked Hobgoblin as a character, more so than Green Goblin. I don't know what it was. I just really liked Hobgoblin as a character, but I think I got more... There are more important stories with Green Goblin in it than Hobgoblin, so it's kind of forced to get more Green Goblin stuff. So we have a Spider-Man Chapter 1. This is issue number 12. A fabulous final issue, and the sinister Sandman as is gotta make certain of it. I think I got all these Chapter 1s, I think, starting from this one, and then I kind of worked my way backwards, because I found this cover, I'm like, ooh, cool. So that's, I think, why I got this, is probably just because of this cover. But then eventually I decided to start getting more of these just because of how they were to kind of recreate the older stories, and so that's why I got these. So hey, if you want a cheaper avenue of getting old Spider-Man, then that'll be that for you. Spider-Man Classics, number 3, Behold the Vulture. So this is just another reprinting mechanism thing. Just another, like, hey, I'll get this story, why not? Plus, also, I just wanted to get something early of Spider-Man Classic. And that was the only early thing that I could get. Spider-Man Death and Destiny. This is issue number 3. This is 3 of 3, so there's only so many issues of this one. And again, it's another octopus thing. What caught my eye is just the way that this looked. So I think it was the only book that I could get, so I ended up just getting that one just to find something different. Spider-Man Dr. Octopus Year 1. This is number 1. So I think I'm being ironic by my early statements of my disdain for... I've even gotten this book! I think I got this right around the time of Superior Spider-Man, so this is why I got this. Because I was like, okay, it seems fitting to get these at the same time. I think I'm going to go on and I'll put... Excuse me. I'm going to put these books that kind of got a little bit ruffled, and I'll slide them right back in right in the Dr. Octopus Year 1 thing. So I think that would make the most sense. Alright. Dr. Octopus Year 1. This is issue number 2. So we have Spider-Man and Octopus stuff. Just Superior Spider-Man. Okay. Spider-Man House of M. Issue 5 of 5. I obviously just got this because I found out that House of M was really popular. A lot of people liked House of M, and this was a Spider-Man cover. 5 of 5. I didn't get all the other ones. I just got that one. I just found that one, and that's all I could find. Spider-Man The Lost Years. This is issue number 0. I, of course, got it because it's 0. And The Lost Years just sounded really interesting to me. I'm like, okay, what do you mean by Lost Years? Alright, let's completely take these ones out. book. We're at the very tail end here. So that'll be an easier way to... Alright. So we have Spider-Man Funeral for a Octopus, Rest in Pieces. This is issue number 3. This is to be Marvel Knights Spider-Man issue number 3. We have Electro in this cover, in the distance there. Spider-Man with some kids. Save them kids. Marvel Knights Spider-Man issue number 4. We have another Black Cat cover. So I'm like, okay, of course. Like, I'm going to be interested in this book. Marvel Knights Spider-Man issue number 5. Spider-Man and Knock Knock. Venomous part 1 also. Marvel Knights Spider-Man issue number 8. Venom and Spider-Man. Marvel Knights Spider-Man issue number 9. Kind of a really cool issue with all the faces there. Marvel Knights Spider-Man number 11. We got Green Goblin and Black Cat on the issue. So I'm very biased. But what I pick up, Marvel Knights, well, biased, but then also I pick up a lot of shit. Let's be honest. I just pick up a lot of it's probably not all real key and collective stuff, but I collect it anyways. Marvel Knights number 12. Spider-Man Green Goblin fighting. Marvel Knights Spider-Man number 13. Guess who's coming to dinner? Looks like Wolverine. Marvel Knights Spider-Man number 16. Spider-Man doing a weird pose. The guy behind him, shadowy figure. Marvel Knights Spider-Man number 17. Let's get that glare off of there. Alright. We have Spider-Man Eyes Without a Face. This is Spider-Man Noir. This is issue number 1. So I do have some Spider-Man Noir stuff. This is Spider-Man the Official Movie Adaptation number 1. So I collected this. I like to collect all the movie stuff. I know that it's kind of pointless. I know that it's not really worth anything, but I collect it anyways. I think it's cool. I know it's a stupid thing to collect, but I don't care. It's fun. It's cool. I like it. Spider-Man The Parker Years. This is issue number 1. Spider-Man upside down and having a number of foes facing off against him. Looks pretty cool as a cover. Spider-Man Quality of Life, issue 1 of 4. You have a goofy looking lizard and Spider-Man, so I had to collect this because of number 1. Easily my interest was just that. Lost Years Found. We had another comic book that had the Lost Years. Now we have a book that tells us that the Lost Years have been found. Spider-Man Redemption. This is to be a 32 pages, no ads. This is issue number 1. An interesting looking Spider-Man costume here. So, all the more reason for me to want to... Oh, this one's going to be fun. Spider-Man Team Up, featuring Gambit and Howard the Duck. This is issue number 5. I'll read the text here in a second. You got a problem with that? That's what Howard the Duck is saying. This issue looks so much like fun. I wanted to find a Howard the Duck issue, so this one came up first. So I'm like, okay, I gotta get this. This looks like a lot of fun. Let me pause here for a second. Okay. Spider-Man team up featuring Dracula, and Doctor Strange. It also has the Aquarian, and the Incredible Hulk. All in one book. This will be Spider-Man team up issue number 6 from 97. Dracula, Spider-Man, Aquarian, whoever that guy is. Whoever that guy is, let me know in the comments below who that guy is. I have no idea. Spider-Man Unlimited number 1. Spider-Man Unlimited number 3. Man, this is a really thick number 3. Spidey versus his most lethal foes. Revealed at long last the secret past of Dr. Octopus, plus the sensational return of Anax, the Augmented Man. Oh, that sounds familiar. I don't know why, but it sounds familiar to me. The Augmented Man. Annex doesn't sound familiar, but the other thing does. Then we have last, but not certainly least, we have Marvel Knights, Marvel Comics Spider-Man with great power, ... This is to not have a number, but it just has a cover. So I collected this, obviously, because the cover really was unique and looked interesting. So with that said, I'm going to make my way to wrap this this bit of video up. Thank you for watching this. Hopefully I will go on and do more Spider-Man books in the future. So this will definitely be not a stopping gap of Spider-Man stuff. I do still have another box that I'm looking right in front of me that will also have some Spider-Man stuff in it, and then we'll also have some What If and some Wolverine stuff. So tune in, will you, to check out more Spider-Man stuff in the future, because those will have some interesting titles in that as well. But I don't think it'll be labeled as a specific Spider-Man thing. I think it'll probably just have Marvel comic book collections part whatever, and it'll say Spider-Man and Wolverine and What If and all kinds of those things. So tune in for that, will you? But if anyways, thank you for watching this if you decide to do so. For however long you decide to do so, because I do appreciate it. So I'm going to get back out of here to try to make this video as short as humanly possible. And then also hopefully try to turn around and maybe get other, maybe another comic book video done today. Or I was kind of kicking around doing another movie physical media video also today. So we'll see what we eventually will do within kind of getting more videos done. Because right now I'm kind of at a moment where I'm kind of putting a huge pause on my workouts because of some physical issues that I had recently. So I'm kind of putting a pause or a huge amount of breaks on that, just to kind of give me a bit of time of a break to hope that maybe my body can heal up and be fine again, to where I can go back into doing some kind of workouts of some kind, and then eventually see where that goes, and eventually see how that pans out or works out. Or if it doesn't, then maybe I'll have to be forced to kind of close that chapter of my life. I have no idea. But anyways, I'm going to close my chapter of this video so I can go on and do another one. So bye, everybody. Goodbye, everybody.